Joining me again is Lana Collaris, a barrister who has checked what this treaty actually means, how it would actually work, and warned last week on this show of exactly this kind of thing. Lana Collaris, thank you so much for your time. Has the Victorian government already broken the terms of the treaty it signed only last week?
Well, Andrew, thank you so much for having me here again. I've observed that Labor has a habit of hijacking our language that really needs to be called out. This is not a treaty, and that is because a treaty is an agreement between two international countries that is governed by international law. So plainly enough, this is not a treaty. What it is an act of Parliament that has now created a system of co-governance in our state whereby non-Indigenous Victorians are governed by the state of Victoria and Indigenous Victorians are governed by this body called Geelong Wall. This act has completely upended our democracy and our system of governance. By this act, Labor has shattered one of the foundations of our democracy, which is equality before the law, and it has done so in complete contempt of the democratic will of Victorians. Victorians have worked hard for over 200 years to create an egalitarian society that until recently has been the envy of the world. Now, what we're seeing with this announcement by the First Peoples Assembly today is the beginning of a two-tiered justice system. But in my view, Labor, by its announcement in relation to adult time for violent crime, has not breached the Act. And that is because all Labor has done is make an announcement. It has not actually drafted any laws to make Victorians safe. What the Act requires is any time a bill is introduced into Parliament, the Geelong Wall be consulted, and we're not at that point yet.
Well, they're obviously demanding the First Peoples Assembly to be consulted with laws that affect everyone and change them, even though it itself represents 1% of the Victorian population that are Aboriginal, and only 10% of that population of males or voters, adults, voted for it. I mean, this seems absurd.
It is absurd. It is the most consequential piece of legislation our state has ever seen. And quite frankly, I'm not convinced that any parliamentarian who voted in favour of it actually understands or understood the ramifications of it, or perhaps hadn't even read it at all.
No, Lana, this is about feelings. There you go, being a lawyer, expecting words to have meaning. No, this is about feelings, Lana Collaris. Thank you so much indeed for your fight to try and bring reason to what's actually unreasonable. Thank you so much for your time.